Hey guys, welcome back to my channel Computer Basic. I know I haven't been uploading in a lot recently. I took a break from YouTube because my exams were coming. Today we will learn coding and basics of Unity. Unity is what you use to make games such as 2D or 3D. First of all, you will have to install Unity. I will give down a link for it in down description. After that, when you open Unity, it should show you like this. First of all, you will have to create an account. I have already done so. I can continue. You will have to create an account to continue. Click on new button and you can choose which type of a project you want, 3D or 2D. It is your choice. But for today, we will start with 3D. We can name our project as basics. So now we hit create and let's wait for it to load. It will take some time, do not worry. After it is loaded up, it should show you the home or home page or the Unity screen. So as we can see, the Unity has loaded up. So we will start from the basics and I will teach you everything what is in Unity. As we can see, this is the sample scene. Sample scene shows what are the default things loaded, what are the default things in the sample screen when you load the project. This is the main camera. As we can see, this is the main camera which is used to see around us. If we go in the game project, as you can see, this is the preview which the main camera is giving us, and this is the directional light. This directional lights give the light shadow on an object, for example the sun. We can also change the color over here and in the inspector. We can change transformation such as position, rotation and scale. I would not suggest to change scale because it will not do anything. You can change rotation or position. After this, we can also rename it as sun. So as you can see, it clearly shows over here sun. After this, we can see that there are some hand, move, rotate and scale, rect and move, rotate with all tools. You can also learn them simply by pressing keys such as Q for hand, W for move, E for rotate, R for scale, T for rect and Y for all of them. To go ahead and put your first object to the work, you need to press right click in the sample scene. It will show you options such as copy, paste, duplicate, delete, create empty object, 3D, 2D, effects, light, audio, video, UI and camera. You don't have to do anything. If you are making a 2D game, you have to go in 2D objects and select the object which you want. But right now we are making a 3D game, so we will go over here and select whatever you want. For this basic tutorial, I am going with the cube. As you can see that it has everything. We can press Q to go to the move tool. You can press right click on the view scene, game scene, so that you can move around, and press the middle scroll wheel button to also move, and press the right click to move like this. Hit F to focus on your object. As we can see, as you can see over here, these are the directions. You can change the direction of the camera. You can make it perspective mode and isometric mode. There is nothing difference in the size, rotation or the position. You can, in the isometric view it looks like this, in the perspective view it looks like this. So we can mess around with this cube for a little bit. We can scale it like 3 on X, 2 on Y and 5 on Z. As you can see, it makes a rectangle. From a square it forms a rectangle. After this we can see rotation. We can rotate it from X, we can say 2, and Y we can say 4, 5, and we can say on the Z we can say 12. So as you can see, this creates a tilted rectangle box. The second thing which I'm going to tell over here is the cube mesh filter. This is the mesh renderer which you can put if suppose I'm adding a material from clicking in the asset store in the assets, and then you go over here and click on create. There are some options of C# script. When we will be learning Unity, the C# script will be the main thing to learn. You can choose materials. After clicking on the material, it should load like this. You can name it cube. This is for the cube. You can change its color and you can make it green, which is my favorite color. You can also harden, you can also make it smooth or very harsh. I am going to make it a little bit smoother and put it on my cube object. You will just have to drag on it. After that, you can go on the cube and press, and you can see that there are some more objects. As you can see, it shows the material you have used. This is the box collider. So what does a box collider means? Box collider means that you can collide with objects, such as if I am putting two objects together, they will both collide with each other. I can add rigid body. Rigid body is so that the objects don't go into each other, so that they don't pass into between from each other. We are going to use rigid body because rigid body 2D is for rigid body 2D when you're making a 2D game. So I'm going to add rigid body. Then as we can see, it adds a rigid body. So to show you the collision and the rigid body, we will press Ctrl plus D to make it a same object. I'm just going to move the duplicated object like this. To show the performance, I'm just going to make a quick ground. Add a plane. And now if we hit play button to play the game. Now if I hit play button, you can see something. As you can see, it collides and it is physically rigid body. So if you have just downloaded and started, you will see a black background. And if you are in the play mode and you are doing some changes, it won't be saved. So what you can do to remember that you are in the play mode, you can go in the file, in the edit, you can go in preferences, you can change the play tint mode over here to whatever color you like, so that if I'm changing it to something like black, and now if I go in my play mode, you can see my screen turns into black. And do not make it much darker so that you won't be able to exit your game mode. Be sure to make it a little bit lighter. I'm going to make my default color. Okay. Now, as you can see, we have something known as scenes. This is the asset place. Over here, whatever you add, you will see over here. This is the console. Console shows whatever the mistakes you have done, or the suppose if I'm adding a code that update whenever the player is moving, so it will show over here updating. You There are 3 windows up here. There is a scene. In here you can change the game views. In the game scene, as you can see, the camera is showing this part. So in the game scene, this is the camera showing this part. Over here in the asset store, you will have to if you want to, you can download free assets to make your game look better, but most of them are of money. So this is it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video.